Hi everybody, this is Jody Becker and welcome back. This is part 2 of the series Connecting Tpack to Instructional Design. So how the results of my technology audit affect the ID process. Well, as a result of the technology audit, I realized how important it is that the instructor is clear about assignments and posts material within realistic time frames for the learner to access and complete them by the due date. If the learner doesn't have access to the material from home, then they would need to be able to access it from somewhere else, and they would likely have to travel there. This means that the learning material will not be available to them all the time. The learners without internet in their homes should have the same accessibility to the information as the students that have internet. Files should be in a format that is easy to download and save to a flash drive so that students have the opportunity to read and study in the absence of the World Wide Web. There are many factors to consider in the instructional design process. I learned that the instructor should consider that many students don't use social media and that Facebook, Twitter, and other social sites are not a reliable means of communication with this particular group of learners. Many would not have access to this communication, and then they would be at a disadvantage because of the way technology was used in the learning process. It would essentially create more barriers to success in the class. After reviewing the audit results, I realized that I needed to make some adjustments to the way technology was used in my classroom. I wanted to present my material in a way that would be accessible to all learners, not just the 76% that had internet access from home. I had to approve of the changes that I needed to make and assess if I thought the changed approach would work at all. I needed to find out how technology could best be utilized to meet the needs of my learners. The way that I presented instructional material had to be redesigned to accommodate the learner characteristics that I discovered in the technology audit I implemented while following the Tpack model. In conclusion, I would like to point out that the components of Tpack method are complementary to the instructional design process because Tpack is knowledge-based integration of content, pedagogy, and technology. Instructional designers must assess the needs of their learners and create an accessible context of content delivery and assessments. This way, they can reach all of their learners effectively. The Tpack audit acted as a preliminary learner needs assessment, and the results of this audit provided great data to consider when setting up lesson plans, materials, and assignments in the instructional design process. Some of the resources I used to gather information for this presentation are from a book titled Streamlined ID, An Instructional Approach to Instructional Design, authored by Marion B. Larson and Barbara Locke. I also used information from tpack.org to guide my description of the ideal Tpack application. Thank you for attending my 2-part presentation, and happy designing!